then every time they play, when it got to the end of regular,
it was amazing.
We've already talked about it in our I saw the email, I didn't look at it.
It was awesome.
Yeah, right? Good, how are you?
oh yeah.
But I'll take it. How's your family? How are the turkeys?
Everybody's doing good. Good. The cousins did. They have a cousins table. They've named it, so apparently pretty good. Is she yours? Chloe.
All right. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Lowell Board of Education, regular meeting on Monday, September 8th at 7 o'clock. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first order of business. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
There are none.
All right. Any public comments on agenda items?
There are none.
Okay. So let's get to our student council report, and that is correct me if I'm saying this incorrectly. Gianna Gates Dupre is our student council representative, and so you're going to give your first report. Yay! You don't have to stand up if you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever you want to do. But whatever you want to do. Go ahead.
We're up here, we get to sit.
My name is Gianna Gates Dupree. I'm your new student council representative. I've had the privilege of serving as president of my class since freshman year, and I am honored to represent them all for you here today. The start of school is always tough to get back into. New routines and waking up early again are no easy task for teens, but we are getting back into the swing of things. The first week of school, all seniors gathered together for our traditional senior sunrise. Although we didn't have much of a sunrise that morning, students all enjoyed each other's company and donuts. This last Thursday, we kicked up the start of flex times for the year. Students all are glad to have this opportunity still to get some extra help in classes. We also kicked off the start of our football season at EGR, where we won 40-7. For the first time in a couple years. got many students quite excited to get back into football. Students managed to keep up the energy and drove out to Mattawan last Friday for our game to support our team. On the note of football, our Pink Arrow game is coming up. Athletes will be representing a family member or friend and playing in their honor at our game. Pink Arrow events will be spread out throughout the week from volleyball Monday to football on Friday. Friday will be busy for all athletes. They will be going to elementary schools and getting everyone pumped up for Pink Arrow. I would again like to thank you all for your time, and I am looking forward to this year with you all. This has been the student report for September 8th, 2025. Your student representative, Gianna Gates-Dupree.
Thank you. And I'm going to turn this over to our superintendent for introduction of new staff.
Yeah, thank you, Lori, and just welcome to all of our new staff and everybody else. I'm actually going to turn over to Dustin Chahaki. He's going to talk a little bit about just our hiring process and introduce our new staff. So go ahead, Dustin.
Yeah, no, great. Outside of new staff orientation, this was the next time we were all together tonight. We had dinner with the board, and we have many hires this school year. So when I say their name, I'm going to give their position across the district, and if you're present tonight, please stand up, and at the very end, we'll give them applause after everyone's been called. Kennedy Bird, high school English teacher. Sunshine Berglund, secondary social worker. Amy Donahue, Lowell GSRP teacher. Chelsea Fritz, Lowell GSRP teacher. Tessa Herringa, high school academic and career coach. Aaron Hendrick, Lowell GSRP teacher. Alex Hubbard, middle school social studies teacher. Laura Judge, Bushnell Elementary, Young Fives teacher. Lauren Coster, Lowell GSRP teacher. If you'd stay standing as well, please.
Sorry.
Yeah. Emily Kreisinger, Lowell GSRP teacher. Laura LeBrier, middle school resource room teacher. Dominic Lowe, high school principal. Kyle McFerrin, high school ag science teacher. Sarah Moffett Amrine, Bushnell Elementary first grade teacher. Jessica Polzak, Lowell GSRP teacher. Stacy Prater, middle school science teacher. Alicia Sage, Lowell GSRP teacher. Paula Skeel, ag science and biology teacher at the high school. And Sally Smith, behavioral analyst, district-wide for Lowell area schools. If we give all these new staff. Thank you, and new staff, you're more than welcome to stay, but also if you have other things going on tonight, you can exit now. So thank you for coming. Yep.
We won't hold it.
Mr. Lowe has to stay. You don't get to leave.
Sorry, you guys
You gotta
stay.
stay on. Our next order of business is the consent grouping of approval of minutes, payment of bills, and new hires. I need a motion to move this forward.
So moved.
All right, so moved by Jen, support by Jared, that the Board of Education approve the consent grouping portion of the agenda as recommended. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, yeah, do we have any discussion? Sorry about that. No discussion? Nate,
Well, just, for discussion on this, we do have, it's the regular monthly approval of minutes and payment of bills. Some of these people have not been presented for board approval yet, so just want to recognize Tessa Herringa, who Dustin mentioned was hired to fill RJ Boudreau's position in the counseling office. Paula Skeel was hired with the retirement of Kevin Nugent. Alex Hubbard has big shoes to fill in Darla Palmer's classroom at the middle school. Laura LeBrier with middle school special ed for Diane Hakela's retirement. And then Jessica Polzak, who's here, didn't get that one approved at the last meeting, so we'll get this one formalized tonight, Jessica, for school tomorrow. So.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, then hearing none, all in favor of approving the consent grouping signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so 6-0. All right, moving on. Action item, Cherry Creek Elementary School construction bid. Motion by, I need to have someone approve this, so we can go to, oh, wait, I thought you had to present it first.
We do a motion?
We do a
and then
motion, all
discussion.
right. Okay,
I move we.
thank you. Thank you, Jen. Do I have approval?
In a second.
I heard a second, was that Pat?
I second, yeah.
All right, that's okay.
All right.
So Pat.
So this
go ahead.
approval in this discussion, so at the August workshop, the board reviewed the bids for the Cherry Creek project, and so this is approval of those bids that were reviewed that night. There were two categories, the fire alarm and the access control and security systems, where we did not have bids. So those, it was reissued, and so those will be open tomorrow for any bids for that project. And so those two categories will be brought back to the board at a later date, but this vote tonight will kick the process going so that we can start construction at Cherry Creek later this calendar year.
Okay. Any questions? I'm hearing none. All in favor of approving the, excuse me, of approving the construction bids, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Okay, information. Human resources update?
Yeah, the big update tonight, just to kind of give you more insight on tomorrow's middle school principal interviews. We have 6 people coming in, 1 internal, 5 external. We open the interview up to all middle school staff. There's a formal interview, it'll be 40 minutes, and an informal interview, more of a meet and greet, that every candidate will take part in when they come tomorrow. We have it set up where they actually come in pairs. While one's in the formal, the other will be in the informal. They'll flip-flop, and then there'll be discussion, feedback, input taken, and then the next pair will come in, and we're gonna get through 6 of them. We even have individuals greeting them up front as they enter to make sure that they go to the right spot. So it can get kind of confusing, but that's a big day tomorrow. If anybody is available on the board who would like to come, you're more than welcome to join the informal meet and greet. That'll be ran by Nate, and then Steve Goff and I will be running the formal interviews. And we're trying to utilize different spaces in the middle school to make sure that they also get a chance to see the building, and also have a chance to walk around if there is time. So that's the biggest thing right now. You saw all the new hires, which is quite a bit. Usually, not this big in a given summer or given year, but with the addition of Lowell GSRP, it was a great addition, but obviously it meant more hiring, but we got through that, and they're ready to go tomorrow, so it's very exciting news, and we'll just continue to push forward. Any questions for me in the HR world?
What time
Yeah.
do the
Yeah, what time
interviews?
are they?
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll start at 4 o'clock, and we'll end about 8:30. So it is a big day, but I probably should have said this. It's the only way when you have 6 people coming in to interview to where the entire staff can have input.
Right.
And we've set up a system similar to how we've done the high school principalships and how we did the last middle school principalship. It gives staff to provide the needed input, gives staff the chance to ask questions, whether the department questions, specific educational topics, or anything that may be. So, yeah, that's tomorrow, 4 o'clock start, about an 8:30 finish. So it is a big day, but a very important one.
Any other questions?
How are we setting bus driver wise? I knew there was a couple more training.
We are doing well. I don't know if I saw Trevor in the crowd or not. He's training one currently. Hopefully, and that individual would like a full route, so we're gonna get that individual on the road. We continue to push that out to try to bring in substitutes to cover various sporting events, middays, just to be on call when needed. Continue to do pretty well.
Thank you.
All right, next our budget update, Mrs. Hodge.
Well, we had our final audit field work last month, so we have a few extra things to wrap up to finish that process. But we expect to have our draft financials in the next few weeks and get those approved. We will have the auditors presenting to the board at the November 10th meeting to give you an overview of the process and the results of the audits. There has been a little bit of movement at the state level for the budget process in that the House has now released all of their budget proposals. So they are beginning that process of being able to negotiate the full budget. So I don't have much more information other than that. We typically do not receive much until a deal has been struck. So we are waiting patiently, hoping that they will get it done by the end of September. But like we've talked about, we will be able to continue to make our payments, continue to pay payroll, even if we do not get our October state aid payment. If there were to be a prolonged state shutdown, we would need to have discussions about potentially borrowing money in order to continue to make our payroll and keep our doors open, which is our absolute intention. So hopefully we won't be in that sort of a position, but we do have a healthy fund balance right now that is able to absorb a little bit of that uncertainty if it were to come to that.
Any questions? All right, next on the agenda, curriculum update, Mr. Goff.
All right, teaching and learning across the district is in full swing. We've completed 3 partial weeks and started our first full week today, so I'm sure our students and staff will be pretty tired by the end of the day on Friday. Our elementary programs are completing fall benchmark testing with Acadience and NWEA MAP assessments going on in the buildings at this time. We use the information from these assessments to make sure that students are progressing as expected and that they get the help and support they need to develop proficiency in the essential content. Normally we have 3 benchmark assessment windows throughout the course of the year, but we've had some discussion at the elementary level about reducing the spring testing because we also give state M-STEP in the spring, and so it feels a little full at the elementary level. So we're looking at potentially moving to 2 benchmark assessment windows with only necessary testing in the spring so that we can make sure our staff has the information that they need, but we also are protecting instructional time and not spending too much time on testing. I'm sure that I'll have additional updates in future board reports as we work through that process with the elementary administrators and staff and make adjustments to that assessment system. Our high school, as Gigi said at the beginning of the meeting, our high school had their first flex day on Thursday. You'll recall that flex time is our tier 2 system of intervention at the high school level to ensure that students get the time and support that they need as soon as they need it to master essential content at the high school level. We piloted that program 3 years ago, so this will be our 3rd full year of implementation. And we have had some positive evidence to support that the program is successful. We've had 7 consecutive terms with the lowest course failure rates on record. We've been below 3% for 7 consecutive terms, and we've been at 2% or less for 2 of those 7 consecutive terms in terms of the course failure rate. And at the same time, we've seen record AP scores for the last 2 years, 2 consecutive years with record AP scores, while increasing the number of students participating in the AP program and also the number of students taking the AP tests. So there is some evidence to support that tier 2 intervention is doing what it is intended to do at the high school. I met with the middle school leadership team last week to begin some conversation around building a tier 2 intervention system at the middle school, similar to what's in place at the high school and based on the learning that we've done at the high school the past 3 years. The middle school leadership team has placed their advisory schedule on hold while we work through that discussion to develop a new kind of intervention approach, hopefully getting to a place where we have 60 minutes of intervention 1 to 2 times a week to support our middle school learners to make sure that they're getting the help and support and additional time that they may need to master the essential content at that level. So hopefully we're going to work through that in October and November, and again we'll bring more information to the board as we continue moving that initiative forward. I wanted to provide the board with a technology update. Our technology team continues to make progress on the transition from Novell to Google Workspace for Education. This has been a huge undertaking that I don't think we've really had a lot of open discussion about. It's kind of like a construction project, but you can't see it. because all the construction is off in a network somewhere. But it has been quite an undertaking for our technology team, and particularly challenging when we have 5,000 students and staff in the district trying to conduct the instructional day while that work continues. So I want to recognize our tech team for the excellent work that they've done. It's a 3-year project. We're in year 3, so we're approaching the end of that transition. And like all construction projects, it can be inconvenient while the work is going on, but it is going to be much improved once we complete that transition in our network systems. So again, I want to recognize that team for their hard work in improving those systems. A couple of general updates. Constitution Day is coming up on September 17th. All of our buildings are planning for programming, student programming, to recognize the day and provide some instruction around the Constitution. We have parent-teacher conferences coming up at all of the buildings. Lowell High School conferences are on September 23rd. Middle school conferences are October 13th and 16th. And our elementary buildings will have conferences on October 14th and 16th. And finally, we have a half day of instruction on October 31st with staff PD at the building level in the afternoon on that day. So our staff will be working to improve teaching and learning on the half day on October 31st. That's the curriculum update for this month. Thank you.
Any questions? Hearing none. Public comments.
We have 5 tonight.
Okay.
Kim Lum.
Kim Lum, 4129 Causeway Drive, Lowell. I brought you a book. It's called What Do You Do with the Problem? I bumped into it, took it, and I've been studying it, even though it's really just an elementary little kid's book. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but there it was. And what if your problem sneaks up and gets me? What if the problem grows and grows? What if it takes all my things away? I worried a lot about it. And I worried, the more that I worried, the bigger my problem got. And the more I avoided it, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good about it at all. I couldn't take it anymore, and I said, this has to stop. Maybe I was making it bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, it hadn't swallowed me or attacked me by then. And I suddenly realized I had to face it. And even though I didn't want to, I had to tackle my problem. And when I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered that it had something beautiful inside of it. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow, to be brave, to do something. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them as much anymore because I know their secret, that there's an opportunity in those problems for something good. You just have to look for it. This is one of the things that I think about when I miss my daughter. I couldn't change her health, but I can find the good of losing my daughter. This is something that we can all do when we think about the things that drive us nuts, that keep interrupting our thoughts. What good can come from it? So, go to the Lowell Public School, Lowell Area Schools libraries. You'll find a copy of this book there, and I hope that it makes a difference for you. Kids need to hear how we handle problems. Thank you.
Stephanie Boone.
Stephanie Boone. I live at 2205 Knoll Point Drive in Ada. I'm here tonight to plead with the board and Superintendent Fowler and the administrators, anyone involved. I think that was pretty fitting, the last public comment about problems. The only difference is when I have a problem, something that weighs heavily on me, I go to Jesus about that, and I teach my kids to go to Jesus about that. And for the past year, I've been going to Jesus about a problem that's really been weighing heavily on me. That, you know, you talk of hires, and it's awesome to bring on all these new hires. I remember that day in 1998 when I was brought on staff for my first teaching job. And it's an amazing feeling, and I never once would have thought that I would have been judged and prejudged out of fear of something that I might do in a classroom and fired based on that. But that is exactly what happened to me a year ago by Lowell area schools, and subsequently by Forest Hills Public Schools a week later. And I am pleading with you to think about that, and I am begging you to give me a fair and equal opportunity to work and be a part of the schools that my children attend, the schools that I have loved my entire life. I am a public schools teacher by trade, and I have never once been treated the way I've been treated by the schools these past few years and the school community. I don't understand, because I was told that I broke social media codes of conduct before I even stepped foot in a classroom. It doesn't make any sense to me. You fired me based on fear of things that you see about my personal life. But when I go to the pages where these people are speaking nastily about me, many of them are staff members, educators, administrators, and people within the Lowell community. And they are wearing their politics and their religion and their personal feelings on their sleeve, sometimes on their face, sometimes on their classroom wall. And they aren't fired, they're welcomed. What is the difference here? I have been vocal about the fact that I'm a Christian, but I should not be judged for that. I have been vocal about my love for America and the fact that I have conservative values in education, but I should not be fired for that. I am begging you to reconsider and do anything you all can do to work together to at least show that we can be fair and equal in education. Thank you.
Brandy Bledsoe.
Good evening, my name is Brandy Bledsoe. I live at 1180 Lincoln Lake Avenue, Northeast in Lowell. And tonight I am here on behalf of LifeWise Academy, at LifeWise Academy in Lowell. While LifeWise Academy is a nationwide program, the program in Lowell is grassroots, and it's ran by your friends and neighbors. I myself have lived in Lowell for 22 years and have raised 2 children here who both have graduated from Lowell, the second of which graduated just this last school year. And I volunteered in all the classrooms. I was president of the Music Boosters. I've been in all the concession stands, just been in and out. And I currently mentor a beautiful student at Cherry Creek who I've mentored for 3 years and hopefully many more. The point being is that I love this school system, I love its educators, I love this city, and most importantly, I love our students. And the core values of Lowell area schools will be reinforced through LifeWise Academy. And we will not only reinforce those, but we will actively celebrate when the children who participate in our program live out those core values in their life. And we wrap all of that up in a perfect package that is the gospel of Jesus Christ, who rose and died, who lived a perfect life free from sin and rose from the dead for the salvation of the whole wide world. And whoever believes in him will not perish but have life everlasting. I look forward to working in a mutually beneficial relationship beside all of you for the benefit of our kids. And if anybody has questions about LifeWise or about Jesus Christ, you can always email me at brandybledsoe@lifewise.org. Thank you.
Sierra.
Hi, Shutter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to misspeak there. Hello, my name is Sierra Highshitter, and I live on Grand River Drive in Lowell Township. I graduated from Lowell High School in 2021, and I recently completed a degree in American History and Literature from Kalamazoo College, where I earned honors as well as a 4.0 GPA. And since graduating from college, I've been reflecting on my time in Lowell area schools with increasing gratitude for each one of my experiences there that helped me thrive at Kalamazoo College. At LHS, I was consistently challenged academically with a wide offering of advanced placement classes and the opportunity to take college credit classes. More than that, I had teachers who supported me in all of my aspirations and exposed me to a diverse range of perspectives and experiences. For example, I know that the books, plays, and poems that I read in Jeff Larson's AP Literature class prepped me not only for the academic rigor of a college classroom, but also to engage in productive, critical conversations with my professors and peers. Aside from academics, at LHS I participated in theater and music departments, and both of these outlets offered me a place for self-exploration and expression. And they challenged me to get outside my comfort zone and exist in a space of uncomfortability. And I was able to use these skills and my familiarities with these feelings of awkwardness and anxiety to push myself into some really incredible opportunities at K. I joined an a cappella group and created some amazing relationships through the process of making music together, and I challenged myself to study abroad at a university in Spain for 6 months. Studying abroad in Spain was an incredible and transformative experience, and it is partly due to the lessons I learned in LAS and continue to hone throughout my time at K. Lessons like listening to those with different life experiences and bridging differences in perspectives. These lessons and experiences had led me to, in the short term, return to Spain. Actually, I leave next Monday to work as an English teaching assistant for a year, continuing to broaden my cultural horizons and learn from increasingly very global perspectives. And in the long term, I plan to work towards a master's in library and information sciences to further literacy, access, and learning in school and public libraries. And I have kept informed of the happenings in Lowell since I graduated, mostly because it's important to me that students at LAS continue to receive the quality of education that I'm so grateful for. I know there are a lot of differing voices and opinions in this community about the best way to raise Red Arrows who will go on to succeed in their future endeavors. And I wanted to come here today to say that my experience, one that challenged me and taught me how to navigate conflict, and one that allowed me to make mistakes and grow, was one I hope every future Red Arrow can have. I want to thank the board and the district leadership for all they've done and continue to do to shape the learning at Lowell area schools. I know that I will never stop learning, and I hope I am stepping into my role as a leader with capability and poise. And most importantly, I am proud to be a Red Arrow for life. Woo!
Sean Eshra.
You have a good week? Mike, first of all, I'm probably familiar face to a number of you. I was involved in what's called Citizens for Quality Education many years ago, and it was a, some of you are probably familiar with it, but I'm here for different reasons today. And I have two daughters that they graduated from here. One of them became an attorney and also got a master's in public health. She's currently in charge of the Flint water, and she's going to be leaving, she started her own business. The other one went to University of British Columbia, got a master's in marine biology, and got training to be a marine captain, and she gets into an accident, but currently she's she's going to be a port master's in Sydney, Australia. They both received very good education from Lowell, and I'm very thankful. I've resided in Lowell for about 37 years, even though we've had properties for over 44 years. But again, I rise today in a strong support of the First Amendment and the fundamental rights of our students to access a wide range of ideas, voices, and perspectives in their school libraries. The United States Supreme Court made it clear in Island Tree School District versus Pico that the school officials cannot remove books simply because they dislike the ideas contained within them. To do so is to silence free expression and to deny our children the chance to learn how to think critically for themselves. The role of the school board is not to restrict thought, but to safeguard it. Our duty is to uphold the Constitution, to ensure that our libraries remain places of learning, not a battleground of ideology. Attempts to censor books erode the very freedom that our nation was built upon. Just as importantly, we must protect the educators, the librarians, and dedicate their lives to that have dedicated their lives for our children. They should never face harassment or intimidation for doing their job. It is our responsibility as a board to stand firmly against hate groups or organized efforts that seeks to silence them. When we protect children and librarians, we protect the integrity of our schools and the rights of our students. In defending free expression,
I'm sorry. Sean, sorry, 3 minutes is up.
Thank you.
okay,
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for our comments tonight. I'm going to start off with a problem that we had. Today was supposed to be the first day for the Great Start Readiness Preschool. And our problem was that we ran into some delays with licensing and just some things that we had been assured were taken care of that just did not. So look forward to welcoming our Great Start Readiness students tomorrow. I want to thank our families for their patience over the weekend and just understanding as we work through that process. Also want to thank our staff for all the work that they've been doing to get this up and running, and it's been a big lift. So thank you especially to Kathy Birch, our preschool director who's been working with our teachers, working with our maintenance team, working with our CEO team, our central office team to get this program up and running. So as we get through this year, I look forward to reporting some celebrations about our Great Start Readiness program, as well as some of the things that we're learning as we tackle it. Still looking for the opportunity that we had in not being in school today, but we're going to get through. We're going to get through that, and just I want to express my appreciation to everybody for their patience with that. In spite of the hiccup that we had over the weekend, we've heard in Gianna's report and Mr. Goff's report, just it has been a great start to the school year. So the word that keeps coming to mind is fun. And it has been fun to see the energy and the enthusiasm and the excitement in our students and our teachers and our staff. And so it's been a really successful start. And also, as Mr. Goff mentioned, we're getting into the routine of the school year. And so look forward to more of that improvement that we talked about with that as well. Voters for Lowell schools received some information over the weekend about the enhancement millage. So we've talked about that. It's a countywide millage. That information is being shared across Kent ISD about the millage. It's to restore and renew 0.9 mils. It's $357 per pupil, which counts for about $1.2 million of our budget. Here in Lowell, we've used that money to reduce class sizes, especially for early childhood education in our kindergarten classes. Our Chromebook program and our technology program has benefited from this, as well as just some of the literacy programs that we've used to meet the requirements for third grade reading going back over many years. It's not something that's on our regular calendar and our regular election calendar, but just wanted to bring that up, that information is starting to go out, and absentee ballots will be in people's mailboxes later this month as well. So wanted to point that out. Also, just thank you to Dustin. We talked at the August workshop about the middle school principal search as well. Wanted to, and one of the things that we talked about in August at the workshop was just what type of candidate do you get as you're starting a school year. And I've been pleased. We've had 15 applicants with, and we'll see how this interview process goes, but just on paper and some of the things that we've heard about the candidates and some of the candidates we know as well, I'm excited about this pool of candidates that we have. So hopefully by this time next week, we'll be starting to talk about some transition processes as we come through this and meet those. So looking forward to continuing on with the school year, our 5-day week this week, and getting settled into some of those routines and celebrate some of the learning that's going to be going on across the district. So thank you.
All right, time for board communication. I'm going to start at my right. Pat?
No comment.
Jess?
No comments.
Jen?
I'd just like to say, I like the fact that we're always looking to continually improve, looking at the middle school and the flex time versus advisory, and looking at, we all want data all the time, but to look at our data and make sure we're not sacrificing educational time for testing scores. So I appreciate that we're thinking about the things we do and not just doing it the same way we've always done.
Sure.
I'd just like to welcome Gianna and the new teachers.
Yeah, same, welcome to Gianna, welcome to the new hires. Also thanks to Sierra and to Sean for giving us an update on Lowell Area Schools graduates and how successful you are. That's always fun. If you could come back every month, that would be great. Or anyone would like to give us an update on how amazing our students have been doing, that would be wonderful.
We'll make special time. I'd also like to welcome all the new teachers and the new staff and our new principal at the high school and our soon-to-be new principal at the middle school. We had a good thing going. I think we do a pretty good job with what we have. Obviously, we always have room for improvement, but it's because of you people that we're doing what we're doing, so thank you so much. And on that note, I will gavel this, I guess I do have to take a motion to, darn it, I get the power and I
Getting
can't.
rusty.
What's up with that? Okay, I will entertain a motion to disband this meeting.
So moved.
All right, moved by Annie, supported by Jared. All in favor of adjourning the regular meeting, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are, and I can't read the 41, 7:41. Thank you for coming. Okay, so moved by Andy.